broke for sure. Listen that cash. Woo! Buy low, sell high. That's his command. Made a meal before lunch. Now he flexes on demand. Bell-bottom suit, shoes, crocodile. Even the SEC wanna copy his style. You wanna be him? Woo! Wall Street wolves try to step to his door. He flips them like a chart, leaves them broke on the floor. Laughs so smooth, got the ticker going wild. Did the band's brain when it flashes that smile. Trip, drop, ka-ching! Velvet Kohrs. He's the market's king. Velvet Kohrs. Watch that money swing. Velvet Kohrs. Don't you test his flow. Velvet Kohrs. Or you'll be broke for sure. Bow down, bow down. Velvet Kohrs. Listen up, baby, when I trade I don't miss. I make your mama cry, then I blow her a kiss. Your whole damn hedge fund, yeah, I ate that for brunch. Now get out my face while I count up my lunch. Ooh, he's a bad man. Velvet Kohrs. He's the market's king. Velvet Kohrs. Watch that money swing. Velvet Kohrs. Don't you test his flow. Velvet Kohrs. Or you'll be broke for sure. Broke for sure. Bow down. Bow down.
Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, brother. Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Matt Kohrs Show, where I am your host, Velvet Kohrs, and you guys are the D-Gen traders who are looking to make a couple extra tendies today. And I do think we have an interesting day ahead of us, just because Friday itself was so absolutely absurd. Folks, if you missed it on Friday, basically what you missed was it was a money-making opportunity, but it was an absolute bloodbath. Kind of like a week late bloody Valentine Day type of massacre situation. So we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to prep up for. So what I'm going to do here is do a little bit of a political drama update. Actually, I have an important update related to you guys on Rumble. If you are watching on Rumble right now, a Rumble supporter, a Rumble viewer, you have an interesting update. Definitely going to want to listen to that. A little bit more political drama. Then I want to talk about some individual equities we have moving, and then I really just want to set the scene for like what to be preparing for not only today, but also for the remainder of the week, because it's the final week of February. And man, oh man, we're seeing a little bit of that bearish seasonality really tick up right now. So some important things to talk about. Very important things to talk about. I do appreciate you joining me so early in the day. I know you guys probably all had a crazy weekend. So the fact that you're up at the crack of dawn to hang out with me, to hang out the Goonie community means the world to me. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and also shout out to Public. If you're not trading on Public, I have no idea what you're doing. They are the partner of today's show. It is by far, it's not even close, it is by far my favorite place to trade options. If you are an options trader or an aspiring options trader, check out Public. Pinned to the top of chat, in the description of the video. Free to download, free to sign up, and if you use the link in the description, you're going to start at a higher rebate tier, but more on that in a little bit. So good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you guys had a phenomenal weekend. I hope you got a lot of rest, relaxation. I hope you got to eat at your local Texas Roadhouse. I hope you got up to whatever you wanted to get up to. And with all that being said, it is time we get rocking. Dow futures jump 300 points as traders look to recover from Friday's sell-off. Now, that sounds like a big jump, but it's not. Remember, the Dow dropped 700 And also, if you look at the SPY and the NASDAQ, it's actually not coming back that much on a relative basis. Like, yeah, we bounced a little, but look at where we started out Friday. 610, vomiting all the way down to 599.50. We're just at 602.8 right now. So maybe we bounced about a third of this vomit. Same thing on the Qs. The Qs vomited from about 538.50 all the way down to 527.70, bouncing up to 528. So yes, granted, there's a little bit of a bounce in pre-market, but not so much. And I do want to get into more of the nitty gritty, nerdy ass details of why I strongly believe, this is no guarantee, but I believe that the probabilities are very, very high based on historic performance that we will be taking out Friday's low today. Once again, to clarify, for those of you who need this to be crystal clear, I believe today, in today's trading session, Monday, February 24th, the SPY will be dipping below 599.47 and the Qs will be dipping below 525.71. And I'll be explaining why. I kind of had a better explanation of it in yesterday's update video. To all of those of you who watched that update video, thank you. I gave you all the math and explanation there to prepare you for today, especially if you're trading in pre-market. But for those of you who might have missed it, I get it. You're busy with life. I don't blame you at all. I'll be giving you kind of the quick and dirty explanation this morning. But before we get to all that, shout out to all the Rumble supporters. You recognize this guy, Dan Bongino, ex-Secret Service agent and conservative media personality. Dan Bongino picked as the FBI Deputy Director. This was just announced. You can see this from Dan Bongino's X account, also obviously posted by President Trump. Great news for law enforcement and American justice. Dan Bongino, a man of incredible love and passion for our country, has just been named the Deputy Director of the FBI by the man who will be the best director, Kash Patel. So Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, the old 1-2 combo punch. Obviously, like I said, if you are a Rumble viewer, supporter, you know this name. Really, if you consume live stream content, you know Dan Bongino because he is currently the biggest streamer in the world. Bar none, Dan Bongino has the biggest show. And I have to admit, it's kind of crazy. Talk about patriotism. He's giving up not just a slightly lucrative, but an absurdly lucrative deal. He's down there in Florida making millions and millions and millions of dollars just being this personality. And he's saying, nope, I'm going to serve my country, coming in as the Deputy Director of the FBI. I think that's a very honorable thing to do. Like, I think we have to really kind of appreciate what he is giving up to, once again, serve within this position. So it sounds like for the time being, I don't know the specific details. I'm very much assuming that for the time being, Dan Bongino's show, at least him hosting it, will go on pause. I'm sure another host or maybe something like that will be brought in. Like I said, I don't know. This is all just personal conjecture. But Dan Bongino, currently running the biggest show, he was selected for the Deputy Director of the FBI, obviously accepting the position. So pretty crazy news there. That's the major political news of just the recent 24, 36 hours. Obviously, throughout the week, we're still anticipating to hear what's going on between the U.S. team and the Russia team with negotiations between the Russia situation and Russia-Ukrainian situation. I'm sure at some random point this week, we're going to be getting news about tariffs, either increasing or decreasing. We've had a little bit of chatter between the U.S.-China trade relations. So this week in general, of course, we're going to have more political news, but this is just some of the news that we got recently. Moving on to individual equities. Not the biggest earnings week, but there's a couple you're very much going to care about. So Berkshire Hathaway reported this morning. I'm going to be talking about that in a second after the market closes today. For all those of you watching crypto, pay attention to Riot. That is a mining company. Tomorrow, Home Depot. Very important update. Kind of gives an idea of the strength of consumers. We also have Kava and AMC and Lucid. Wednesday is going to be the big day. Obviously, you have Lowe's, but I think the one that many people should be paying attention to is NVIDIA. Remember, this is a top 3 company in the world based on market cap. And right now, you could say that we either bounce or bust because of this earnings report. But I would add a little bit of a caveat there. We also have a GDP report and an inflation report. Those are going to be the 3 things. They're all stacked in the latter half of this week. But whether we bounce or bust in terms of like a swing direction. I'm not talking about intraday day trade. I'm talking about, okay, do we still have a further capitulation, or are we going to kind of create a foundation around here and bounce off of it? I think it's going to be decided by one of the three, or maybe a combination of the NVIDIA report after the market closes on Wednesday, the GDP report also later on this week, and then also the inflation report later on this week. So on top of that, Snowflake, Salesforce, C3 AI, you have Dell. So feel free to screenshot this. It is in the weekly newsletter. So anyway, shout out to E-Whispers. But circling back a little bit to some of the earnings that we had this morning, Berkshire Hathaway. This is important because when the Oracle of Omaha speaks, people listen. Berkshire operating earnings surged 71% in fourth quarter. Cash hoard balloons to a record $334 billion. Folks, this is concerning. If you don't find it to be a little bit shocking that right now in real time, the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett, aka Berkshire Hathaway, has the most cash on hand that they've ever had, as in they're not deploying it in the market, as in they think that they're going to be able to get a better price if they just wait rather than having all this cash deployed right now. If you don't find that concerning, golly. This should be making you wonder, all right, should I be punting all my money into the market right now? And to make the situation a little bit more confusion, Warren Buffett occasionally writes to shareholders about overheated markets. Not this year. The Berkshire Hathaway chairman acknowledges that often nothing looks compelling in the hunt for equity investments. So he's kind of keeping his own investors a little bit in the dark. Now, if we pair that with the situation that the SPY just hit an all-time high, okay, not so crazy. I mean, I don't think it's the most absurd investment thesis to not invest at all-time highs, wait for some sort of a pullback. But yes, the SPY got crushed on Friday. But remember, on Wednesday, we hit a new all-time high. And the same thing with the NASDAQ. So I get that Friday was pandemonium, but 2 days before that, we were clocking in new all-time highs. So that might be part of it. But one thing that I want to point out to you, and it's just because this literally just happened minutes ago, gold hit another new all-time high. This is a big deal because remember, gold is a safe haven asset. This is a flight to safety. This is where people put their money when they don't want to be in the equities market. So the fact that we're hitting another new high there, something's going on. Something is going on. Now, obviously, the time frame for this, I want to be specific. I'm not even talking about today, not even really this week. Who knows? Maybe this week does get really bad if NVIDIA has poor numbers, if the GDP report is contracting, if inflation is coming out high. Yeah, this week might end up being horrible, but specific to today, I'm kind of taking a step back and I just want to show you the generic trend of things. And I guess I see a little bit of panic with respect to the overall market. Let's remember, not that long ago, we hit a new all-time high. Same thing with the NASDAQ, but I do find it concerning that Warren Buffett has so much cash, isn't really talking about it, and gold is hitting a new all-time high. So things on like the larger level to just be paying attention to. Also, with respect to individual equities, Apple under threat from Trump tariffs will add 20,000 U.S. jobs. We know last week that Tim Cook of Apple, the CEO, the guy running the show, had various meetings with Trump, and I guess this was the result of it. Company to begin producing Apple Intelligence servers in Texas. $500 billion, not million, billion with a B, plan to be invested in the U.S. over the next 4 years. So obviously, we see Apple, which basically is actually bigger than many countries that are already kneeling to Trump, pretty much doing the same situation because they know that they don't want to take on some of these tariffs that could really, really damage the business. So just a little bit of an update there. So moving on from the individual equity situation, remember NVIDIA reporting after the market closes this Wednesday. The first part of this week is kind of going to be quiet relative to the second half, also through the lens of macroeconomic reports. So this morning, we got the inflation report out of the Eurozone, came in at expectation, nothing too special. Tuesday, tomorrow, consumer confidence. That'll be important for like about 5 to 10 minutes, but not some jaw-dropping announcement. Wednesday, nothing really going on, except after the market closes, that's when we have NVIDIA. Then Thursday, we get durable goods and the GDP and initial jobless claims. And then on Friday, we get the more important, more impactful, more lofty PCE inflation report. So really, this week is kind of interesting because we're coming off the heels of a crazy day on Friday, but then the first half of this week doesn't have that much scheduled. but the second half of this week has a ton of things scheduled. So it's going to be kind of a tough thing to play. I think maybe tomorrow and Wednesday themselves could kind of be like stall out, awkward, not really big movement days. But I think today, just from the aftershock of Friday, and then obviously Thursday and Friday of this week, I think Monday, Thursday, and Friday could all have some crazy things going on, while Tuesday and Wednesday are right now, as things are shaping up, I think are going to be just a little bit more calm and quiet. Now, with all of this, remember, these are important because we are in a big state of, okay, what's going on with inflation? And we also have to know what's going on with the Fed and monetary policy. The Fed is stuck in neutral as it watches how Trump's policies play out. I covered this in the update video, but a lot of what's going on right now relates to this concept of uncertainty. There's a lot of uncertainty in the market, and we're seeing that right now. Jerome Powell doesn't really quite know what to do because we don't know what Trump is going to do or not going to do with this whole tariff war, trade war. Who's he going to announce it on? Are they going to agree? Are they going to disagree? There's just a lot of uncertainty in the market. And the fact that, yes, inflation was very high in June of 23. It's been coming down since then, but we seem to be kind of bouncing off a bottom. And unfortunately, the most recent readings of inflation are bouncing back up. This is kind of problematic because a lot of people are like, hey, we pulled off a soft landing. We beat inflation. The Fed will be able to drop the Fed fund rate. And then obviously this would trickle down to other various things like mortgage rates could drop, credit card loan rates, they could drop, just various other things. Student loan, federal ones, they could drop. But they're not going to do that. All of a sudden we see inflation coming back up. That's the problem right now. And if you look at the Fed watch tool, we're currently sitting at 4.25% with the Fed fund rate. The first time that there's more than a 50% chance that we're actually going to get a rate cut is actually in July of this year. So as we've been watching this month over month, it seems like the can just keeps getting kicked down the road of when we're going to get the next rate cut. So the TLDR there is don't hold your breath on it because it doesn't seem like it's going to be coming anytime soon. So in more of the medium term, a lot of uncertainty. And unfortunately, that uncertainty is now aligning with a seasonally bearish time of the year. In fact, it's one of the most bearish times of the year. Depending on how far back you look, this actually could be considered the most bearish week of the entire year. So over the past 30 years, over the past 3 decades, you could see the seasonality of the second half of February is very bearish. And in fact, it goes into about the first week of March right here, kind of like in the bottom left of your screen. This is over the past 30 years. But then if you look over the past 5 years, yeah, you can see the month of February is bearish. And then actually September is the most bearish. Once again, I'm changing the time frame, going from 30 years to 5 years. But check this out. When you go to the weekly view, right here, week 9, over the past 5 years, we are starting week 9 right now. This is either the most bearish or the second most bearish week of the entire year. And obviously I'm comparing that to about week 24, so about halfway through the year. But right now we're either at the most bearish over the past 5 years or the second most bearish. And I do want to let you know that at least in week 24, the next week seems to bounce back. 25, this one, nope, 1, 2, 3, 3 more bearish weeks after this one. Now, when it comes to the world of seasonality, I do want to really, really emphasize this point. This is not gospel. This is not a guarantee. This is literally just a look back of how things have played out in the aggregate, in average over the past X amount of time. So just because something's been bearish 3 out of the past 4 years or something like that, say 75% of the time, well, that doesn't really guarantee how it's going to be this time. It's just more of in the market, we have the saying, the market doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. So it's good to know if you're running into tailwinds or being supported by headwinds. So I just want to point this out that on the larger time frame and in the shorter time frame, we are in a bearish period. And like I said, we are putting this together with some of the unknown things in the market right now, particularly as it relates to inflation, monetary policy, and the Fed fund rate. Now, with all this, obviously, I don't mean to scare anyone because you could still make quite a bit of money. If you were watching the stream on Friday, you knew it was a nice $100,000 day for me. Obviously, my best trading day in quite a while. About 67,000 of it was from the prop accounts on futures and 40,000 of it was from my swing options account. And generally on these updates, I just post premium selling. That's why I said I had no trades. This is just for when I sell premium. But I just wanted to show you the swing account. Obviously, really, really crushed it. And it was because because I was loaded up on SPY puts, Q puts, and Tesla puts. The Discord knew it. You guys saw it in real time. It was all very, very exciting. So as I'm talking about, like markets going down, obviously they look kind of scary. Remember, if you're on the right side of it, you can make a lot of money. So this isn't like a doomsday be scared. It's more of like, hey, pay attention, because if you're on the right side of any trend, whether it's bullish, bearish, or even sideways shop, you can make a good amount of money. This is a game of identifying the trend properly to make the money, not like, oh, you can only make money doing one thing. Now, obviously, even though we had a lot of fun on Friday, made a ton of money. If you want to join up with the Discord, the Goonie Trading Discord, where I put my trades in there, the Piper signal, other people put their trades. We have a lot of private lectures, more educational stuff. You can join for free. Just make sure to use that promo code Goonie. So right now, no risk to you whatsoever. You get full access for an entire month. And when I say full access, I mean you get access to everything for an entire month. All you have to do is put in that promo code Goonie. And the point of this is me putting my money where my mouth is. I think you're going to enjoy the community so much that you're going to want to stick around. But for whatever reason, if it's just not your cup of tea, no harm, no foul. Just make sure to cancel your account within the first month, and you're never going to get charged anything anyway. So if you want to join up with that community, feel free. And just, I get this question a lot. Yes, there is day trading, specifically premium selling. There's swing trading and options. There's futures trading. We talk about props. We talk about whatever's really going on, but there's all types of trading. So no matter how you view the market, there's a very good chance that you're going to be able to find somewhat of what you're looking for in there. Highly recommend checking out. Well, obviously I do, because it's mine. But my point is that it is a riskless opportunity for you. Like I said, pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. Just use that promo code Goonie and you're not going to get charged anything for the first month. And if you like it, great, stick around. If not, just make sure to cancel your account, and it never costs you anything anyway. And if you're like, you know what, this isn't really appropriate for me right now, you should sign up for locals anyway, just because we still give out free stuff. Now, obviously, to join the Discord, you're either a member or a supporter. A supporter is a premium member. That's how you get into the Discord. But if you just want to be a member, hey, that's A-okay. This is the free tier. It's always been free. It always will be free. And this is some of the free stuff that we give out. Obviously, I break down the previous week, what I'm looking forward to in the upcoming week. I call out all the major earnings. I highlight the ones I think you're going to care about, Berkshire and NVIDIA this week, all the major macroeconomic events. The entire concept of this is to give you kind of a quick cheat sheet of the major things to pay attention to in the upcoming week. I think the most helpful thing is the seasonality of each individual day. So over the past 27 years, today, Monday, February the 24th, the Bulls have won it 48% of the time. The Bears have won it 52% of the time. But the fact that the profit factor is below 1, and you could also see a look at the hypothetical equity curve, obviously when the Bears do win, they're just winning at greater size than when the Bulls win. So today isn't the most bearish day, but from a seasonal perspective, it's definitely leaning a bit bearish. So I just wanted to share that. Later on this week, Tuesday also leaning bearish. Wednesday is actually leaning bullish. Thursday's leaning bearish, and then Friday's actually legitimately bearish. Now, remember, you can apply this seasonality to all the events we know coming down, where today, we're expecting a little bit of craziness just because of how Friday played out and people reacting to that. Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm anticipating them to be a little bit more calm on a relative basis. And then Thursday and Friday, between NVIDIA's earnings report, the GDP report, and the inflation report, really Thursday and Friday, I'm expecting that's where all the action's going to be this week. Now, speaking of this week, I do kind of want to quickly go through some of this stuff to better set us up for today's trading session. So obviously the SPY breaking below 1, 2, 3, 4 different lows, 5 different lows, catching itself right at the 48 EMA. We're getting a little bit of a relief bounce early today. I'm not anticipating it to hold. It might end up bouncing all the way back up here, but I'm at minimum anticipating a puke all the way down to Friday's low. Now, when we get there, yes, we might bounce off of it, or conversely, we might just completely vomit through it. But I am anticipating a push all the way down to Friday's low today. It's not a guarantee, but I know that the odds are 96%. Now, you might be wondering, Matt, how do you know that there's a 90? Well, technically it's not 96. Technically it's 95.7, and I just rounded up. So why is there a 96% chance that we push all the way down to Friday's low on the SPY and the Qs? Well, the answer is simple. I called up the boys in the lab and I said, hey, when we drop more than 1.5%, remember the SPY dropped 1.7% on Friday. in all of the events that on a Friday, so there's two things that have to be true. It has to be a Friday trading session and the market has to decline more than 1.5%. That has happened 94 times in the market's history. 90 out of those 94 times on the next trading session, i.e. on Monday, we took out Friday's low. And it kind of backs up this general statement that markets don't bottom on a Friday. Like that's just kind of a generic piece of wisdom that people say in the markets don't bottom on a Friday. And actually the stats prove that. So once again, out of the 94 times that on a Friday, the SPY's peaked more than 1.5%, 90 out of those 94, a new low was achieved on the next trading session, which would be today. So am I guaranteeing this? No, I'm saying that there's a 95.7% chance, and I like those odds. So there's nothing ever guaranteed, but this is exactly what I explained in the breakdown video. Folks, you make your money in the market from knowing probabilities, managing your risk reward, understanding how similar situations have played out in the past, because it comes back to the old saying of markets don't repeat, but they often rhyme. So do I know how today's going to play out? Obviously, no one in the world knows how today's going to play out, but I can tell you how situations like this have played out in the past, and I think there's a very, very good shot, a 96% shot, that we take out Friday's low on the SPY and the Qs at some point in today's trading session. Now, is that a statement of where we're going to close today? No, I have no idea where we're going to close today. As always, you have a bull case, you have a bear case, and you pay attention to how the big players are structuring themselves. So with respect to how the big players are structuring themselves, I already laid out the key levels for us today. Now, I do want to quickly update this. Where are we? Really quickly. Let me get the GEX. Okay, cool. So as always, you have the green solid line, the red solid line, and the white solid line. The green is the previous trading session's high, the red is the previous trading session's low, and the white is the previous close. So we're taking a look at the S&P 500, obviously high, low, and close. That is the green, the red, and the white, respectively. Then I have these golden/yellow horizontal lines. Those are the key option levels. So if the market were to open right now, we would be in the realm of 6,045. And I do want to point out that we have about a 5-point region of resistance. Once again, this is a big options level right in the realm, plus or minus a couple points of 6,055. So not too far ahead of us. So we might get a dollar push out of the gate, but I do want to clarify there is resistance pretty close. Now, if that is broken and we push, there's a good chance that some players are going to come in at 60.80. But as of this morning, we see a lot of structuring at 6,100. And I could quickly show this a little bit better. So this is currently the open interest. What I find more interesting is the open interest change from really Friday's market close to right now. You can see you have some action around 6,055, which is why I already called it out, and then around 6,100. But when you look into the volume, this is what's been actively traded. People are trading the 6,000s, the 5,990s, and the 5,980s in terms of puts. Those are the three close ones. But in calls, it's 6,080. There's a lot of volume going on at the 6,080. And then when you look at the volume, as in taking the sell options away from the buys, it gets a little bit more interesting. You could see how some people are just structuring themselves. Those are actually long calls in the net situation, but there's a bunch of sold calls at 6,050 and 6,060, which is why I kind of cut it in half and called it 55. But what's interesting here is you can see you have a bit of a condor situation going on. You have longs at 6,000 and shorts at 5,990. So, and I'm kind of structuring it up here. So weird action overnight, but I think the key takeaway, to not really confuse anyone, is what I want to point out right here is we know that there's good structure at 6,050, 55, something like that. That's going to be resistance. The next level, this is why I called out the 6,080, just because so many people were trading that overnight, and then just 5,990, 5,980. So we have this 20-point region that might end up being support to the downside. So watching this chunk and then obviously watching this chunk, but to get all the way up here, first we'd have to hop over the 6,050. So once again, I already laid these all out. We're going to open here. You know what I'll do is I'll move this one down just because I could always update it first, but feel free to screenshot this. Feel free to write these down, but these are my levels of the day. This breaking above this, push up to here. That's my bull case. A breakdown of obviously the low and all this stuff. I think we could see an additional capitulation. So this is most likely bound to change throughout the day because obviously more people are going to keep trading and we're going to see more popular and less popular levels. But as of market open, these are the key levels I'll personally be paying attention to. Now, with all of that, we are about a minute out. And remember, the market open is brought to you by Public. Folks, if you're an option trader or an aspiring option trader, this is the place to be doing it. The simple answer of why is because no other brokerage pays you a rebate to trade options. I'm telling you, if you check it out, I strongly believe you're going to love it. It is free to download. It is free to sign up. No commission fees, no per contract fees. You get a rebate every single time you buy a call, then sell it. ×2 rebates. Same thing with puts. And if you're doing complex strategies like iron condors, you get even more. Obviously, they have equity trading, no payment for order flow. They have bond trading. They have crypto trading. This platform has every single thing you need. So check it out. Show them a little bit of love. Pin to the top of chat in the description of the video. My mod will drop it in chat right now. Sign up for Public and make sure to use the link that we're posting because you're going to start off at a higher rebate tier. Obviously, shout out to Public for partnering up with us today. And on that note, dingity ding ding ding, the world's largest casino is now open. Best of luck to all. Play responsibly, and if not, have fun. Now, for those of you wondering why Tesla is up a little bit in pre-market trading, it's because there was an announcement that the company is preparing to release full self-driving capabilities in China. So that's why we're seeing a little bit of a pop here. I mean, Tesla, how low did it get? It got all the way down to $331, popping up about $9. We'll see if it does or doesn't hold. Palantir continuing to break down, unfortunately, down to 95. I'm going to keep watching that. In the short term, obviously, the bears have now gained control, but in the long term, I still very much like this company as a long-term investment. Remember, investing and trading are two completely different things. Please don't conflate them. If you're trading, great. Have fun trading. If you're investing, great. Have fun investing. In my mind, to keep them apart, I have an investing account and a trading account because I find that when it's in the same account, it's too easy to it gets a little murky for me, at least personally. So right now, in the short term, the bears are in control. We're seeing lower highs and lower lows. That's what happens. But I would be willing to bet, well, I am betting because I'm investing in it, that it eventually finds its footing and just kind of bounces and then hold your breath long enough, and I do believe we're going to see new all-time highs. So here, let me take this. Nope, wrong one. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that whatsoever. All right, here's what we're going to do. All right. I'm just replacing some of these pinned messages. So the message I'm pinning right now is how you can get onto Public. Remember, free to download, free to sign up. Highly recommend using that link because you're going to start off at a higher rebate tier. If you're an options trader, aspiring option trader, this is the place to be trading because no matter where you are in your trading career, you're going to be better off because of the rebates. If you're profitable, you're going to be more profitable. If you're not as profitable as you want to be, at least you'll be better than you were because of the rebates that you're going to earn. So if you, like I said, check it out. I really, really think you're going to enjoy it. And every single week, every single month, it seems like the company is announcing more improvements. So if you're like, hey, XYZ could be improved, reach out to the team. From my personal experience and from what other people are saying, they're very, very receptive. We'll love your feedback. I truly believe that this is like the main brokerage that cares about you, the client. So check them out, show them a little bit of love. Like I said, pin to the top of chat in the description of the video. Like many things we talk about on this channel, no harm, no foul. If you don't like it, it was free to download, free to sign up anyway. Texas Roadhouse is down over the last month. Yeah, that's what happens when there's rampant crime in the market. You have the best company in the world. I think it should be illegal for them to have a red day. I really do. I really, really do. I don't think, who would ever sell Texas Roadhouse? It just simply doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. All right, here, I'm going to go to the 5 second just because the market opened. As I normally do, I'm going to try to just be calm, cool, collected, and trade with the overall trend. The quote-unquote overall trend this morning is a little bit messy. The 5 minute was trying to go green, so was the 10, but they just puked, so now it's bearish. The 5 minute, 10 minute was trying to go green, just puked. So I was going to say, around 8:50, around 9 this morning, it was messy because the 5 and the 10 were different from the 30 and the 4 hour. But now we're seeing consistency across the board. We are seeing the bears currently being favored. So we're going to give this a little bit of a break. You know, I'm just going to watch the flow kind of play out. I want to trade with the trend. I still have my swing positions, but I have no day trades. And as you can see right here, let me switch this up. I currently have nothing really going on. I haven't traded any of my futures yet. So completely flat over there. I'm just looking for that right opportunity. Like a sniper, I'm going to take one perfect shot today and just be done. That is my goal. We're going to see if that's what the markets have in store for me. But calm, cool, collected, just trying to let those first 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes play out. See if I can identify where the big money's flowing today. Speaking of which, the Mag 7 went up and then puked. Same thing with the SPY. Went up and then puked. So there was a little bit of enthusiasm, bullish enthusiasm for, I would say, about the first 2 minutes. And right now we're just waiting. Palantir, people are buying the dip there, but it is still down 3%. And then also Tesla, I'm wondering if it's actually going to hold or not. I'm still holding puts against Tesla in the short term. I'm invested in it in the long term. But for right now, I'd rather this go below 330. So I'm looking for this to drop another $9. But watching the SPY here, watching the Qs, they're both coming up to their opening minute low. So let's see how bad this does or doesn't get. All right. Also, I just want to show you the Tesla flow. I know we have a lot of Tesla traders in here, so I just want this one up specifically. Tesla flow looking almost, so this drop right here in the Mag 7, Apple, Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Tesla combined, this drop was actually because of Tesla at 933 right there. Like, that's the exact drop off was due to Tesla. Here's a look at the SPY. The Delta just hit an intraday low. SPY's going. Qs. If we kind of zoom out, let me show you the bigger picture. I'll go to the 3 minute chart just to ideally clean it up so I can zoom in. All right, hurry up, Trading View. We got things to talk about. Remember, if you missed yesterday's update video, if you missed today's stream prep, there is a 96% chance that at some point today, the S&P 500 index goes below 6,008.56. Now, if you want to know the explanation for that, either rewind the stream or better yet, watch the update video from yesterday. But I gave you the math. This wasn't a hunch. This wasn't a bias of my own positions. This was just pure math of the market and how things have played out historically. There is a 96% chance that at some point today, we go below 6,008.56. I want to be very clear about that. I got a lot of shit. Look at the comments in the video. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. The futures market is up overnight. These people, like, I'm telling you, like, please just don't be judging your trades, putting your money on the line from random comments on the internet. Make sure that the random comments you're following are backed by some sort of like mathematical, statistical reasoning rather than just people wanting it to randomly bounce, if that makes sense. So, I mean, we're already kind of taking a little bit of a hit. The SPY's puking. The Mag 7, where are we over here? Oh, that was a good short. That was a good short right there at 937. I missed it. 937 might have been a little bit of a play of the day. Here, let me go back to the 300 and I'll better explain right here. This might have been the play of the day, this short right here. Obviously, things were weak, and then we broke this flag to the downside. So I'm kind of throwing out my argument here is that going short at 730, risking 36, you could have risked 6 points and you're already up 30. Like that was a good trade, this little flag breakdown, because we puked. You're trading with the price action, you're trading with overall sentiment, you're trading with options flow. That was a solid trade if you scalped it. Obviously I didn't. I missed it. It was still a little bit early for me. I tried to let a little bit more of action play out, and who knows, maybe another opportunity is going to come, but this was a solid trade right there. You could have been short at 30, you could have collected at 10. That's 20 points. That's already $400 if you had all 20 accounts. I mean, you're up 8K. That's not a bad trade at all. Not a bad trade at all. Got it. Matt's advice. Don't follow Matt's advice. Only follow my good advice. So I would add a little bit of a caveat onto that. I would just say follow my advice when I'm right and don't follow my advice when I'm wrong, if that makes sense. Anyway, gold is down. No, gold hit a new all-time high today. I mean, I don't know how zoomed in on the chart you are, but gold literally hit a new all-time high today. All right, where are we at in terms of my levels? We're kind of in no man's land right now. There might be a little support around here, but we know beyond all the other odds and statistics that we've talked about, we know that there's roughly a 65% chance that we hit the previous closing day's value, and that's at 6,013. So, I mean, that's another 10, 13 point sell-off from here. Is it going to happen at this moment? I have no idea. Is it going to happen today? I have no idea. I'm just saying that the odds of that happening are decently high. The Mag 7 puked, caught a bid at 937. The SPY has just been continually looking weak. The SPY is definitely getting beat up. Mag 7 is bouncing. Tesla's trying to get going. The SPY is just getting murdered. The Nasdaq's looking pretty gnarly too. Okay, yeah. Well, hang on. Here's the Mag 7. Here's the SPY. I showed you the Nasdaq. Tesla caught a little bit of a bounce. All right, I'm watching this. All right, I don't need this right here. I know there's a lot on the screen. Sorry, I could have cleaned this up. Kind of messed that one up. My apologies. Oh, do I want to take this breakdown if there is a breakdown? That's the golden question. My risk would be 30. That's not that bad. That's actually not that bad at all. Which way? Hang on. I need to put up the options flow on a different screen because I want to get in right before things get messy. Right before things get messy. All right. Right before things get messy. All right. I have up the options flow. We're kind of dancing around at this low. We're dancing right around. Tesla losing a little bit. 941. There's no specialty announcements at like 10 a.m. that I'm expecting to have a big impact, so we don't have to worry about random event risk today. Tesla's still getting hit. Mag 7's gone flat. SPY, maybe a triple bottom here in the Delta. Just watching the options flow. What do we actually have? Calls are flat. People are buying puts. So it's not a lack of bullishness. It's actual bearishness. What are we doing? SPY took a little bit of a hit. Are we going to triple bottom here? I'm watching this in the bottom. Oh, maybe we're saving ourselves at 700. Maybe. Yes, no, maybe so. Like a sniper, waiting for that perfect opportunity. Like a sniper. SPY's not bouncing that much. What the fuck? All right. Wrong account, I guess. Okay, now I got it on the right account. Now we're cooking with potatoes, I think. Okay, yeah, they are all now successfully in a position. What do we... Let's see how it goes. Here, I'm going to go to a little bit of a smaller tick chart just so we can see it with a bit more detail. But we're trading. We have a position. I went short. And the reason I went short is I think I'm trading with the trend of everything. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 4 hour bearish, 5-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute, 4-hour bearish. Tesla flow is bad. Mag 7 flow started to tilt again. S&P 500 flow hit a new intraday low. And as I alluded to, I know there's high odds of hitting 6,013. I also know there's high odds of hitting 6,008. So the odds of us getting here at some point today are high. Now, granted, that might not be right now. We could bounce and then hit it. That's totally possible. But putting all these things together, it does make me feel more confident about this particular setup. And even if I'm wrong, which, hey, in the world of trading, you got to get used to being wrong because you're going to be wrong a lot. My risk is not that bad. In fact, if we take out 80 here, I'm going to move my risk to be really, really small. So I'm just going to give it some time. What is it? 944. Impulse is to the downside. The impulse is definitely to the downside here. Yeah, that was, the SPY. It was a little bit more clear on ES, but hey, we're going to let it play out. We're in the position. We're riding. We're going to see if we can make some money today. I'm still kind of watching Tesla because I'm in that. Tesla, here, we'll go to the 30s. This is a look at Tesla. The Mag 7 is tilting, and the SPY did make a fresh low, a little bit of a bounce right now on the 5-second chart. We're going to see. Remember, the closing value on the SPY was 599.94, and then on the Qs, it's 526.08. So don't be surprised if there's a little bit of a reaction there. We know there's a lot of dip buyers who come in at those levels, and then if you open up below the close and you push all the way up, we know there's a lot of sellers coming in at those levels. And the reason for it's not that crazy. It's just a solid risk-reward type of a setup. Like, I don't blame them at all. Just because you don't have much risk. So if you can catch that bounce, why not? But today, I think those players are going to have a little bit more pain. Instead of dip buying at the close, I think it's probably smarter to dip buy at the low. But that would just be me if I was deciding to mean revert trade today, which I am not. Tesla not doing much. Palantir had a nice pop for the first 7 minutes, and now it's giving it all back. Microsoft has just been selling off. NVIDIA is actually showing a little bit of life. Meta is just selling off. Apple, it's slightly green. Palantir's down 7%. That's getting pretty brutal. We'll move that all the way up. Broadcom kind of getting a little bit hit. So is Rum, Amazon, Netflix, Coin, DJT. ASML just had like a low liquidity gap up. Qualcomm, Google, Ripple. All right, I'm not seeing the craziness. Like, I think the most noteworthy thing right now is how bad Palantir is getting hit once again on the daily view. Here's a look at Palantir. Just right now, 4th red day in a row. There is a downside gap fill all the way to 84.25. This is the earnings gap, so you might want to be watching that level. Might prove to be important. But really what I'm watching right now is everything I already laid out to you today, as in these key levels and just the odds of us taking out not only the closing value from Friday, but the low value from Friday. That's what I'm looking to happen. Now, will it happen? I don't know. I mean, hindsight bias is going to be 2020, but I could see we had this little pump, a little bit of excitement for the first 3 minutes, and since then lower highs and lower lows. You could see the local highs and local lows with these green arrows and the red arrows, so just clearly been trending down. I've been taking advantage of that by how's my position? I'm actually red right now, unfortunately, on my Nasdaq short, but not too bad. I'm down by about 10 points, so definitely manageable, and I believe I'm still on the right side of things. I believe I am still on the right side of things. I think I'm on the right side of history, but we're going to find out. You never know when a big player might just come in and splash the pot and either favor you or mess you up. Here's a look at the Mag 7. The Mag 7 just caught a pop. It was not Tesla. The SPY is hanging out at the low of its day. This is in my opinion, and obviously I'm not your mom, do what you want. But when I see the options flow being this negative, I think it's tough to be a dip buyer. No one's touching calls right now. People are just buying puts. They're buying some 0DT puts, but more so they're buying longer dated puts. So the call line has just been flat. There was aggressive call buying for those first 2 to 3 minutes out of the gate, but ever since then, sideways, a little bit of a drift down, a little bit of a drift up, but the real movement in today's options have been related to puts, which are the two. It's the light blue and the dark blue, but you could see here, the fact that the dark blue is at the lowest of the day, that means all expiration puts have had the most aggressive move on the day. Generally not the time that I would want to be a dip buyer. Now, maybe you have a different methodology or framework and you know a way to mean revert trade and buy those dips. And hey, if you're net profitable in the long run, have at it. But especially if you're new, you don't want to be dip buying when the big players in the market are not dip buying. I find that trading is way, way easier when you're going with the overall flow. I truly, truly believe that. Truly, truly, truly believe that. So I'm putting my own money on the line. I explained it in yesterday's update video. I explained it in Thursday's update video, last night's update video, Friday's stream, today's stream. My money's where my mouth is. I put it all on the line. You're seeing it. And now we have to wait. The die are in the air. It's time to see if we're coming up. Snake eyes, lucky number 7. Tesla just got smoked there, right here. Delta flows pretty bad. Mag 7 is still kind of flat. S&P 500 is trending down, down, down. Here's a look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ had a nice pop and then started to fade at 948. Started to fade at 948. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 4 hour, all bearish. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 4 hour bearish for the S&P 500 and for the NASDAQ. We don't really need this right now. But we do need this. I have these key levels laid up. I'm telling you, big support level is coming in at 6,012. Not only is that an options level, it's also the closing value from Friday. So don't be surprised if we have a bit of a bounce right here. How's my position? Ooh, I'm up 500. All right, I am up 500. How do I want to play this? Well, first of all, I want to de-risk the situation. So now I'm only risking. All right, where's a good place to put my risk? A good place. I could just set it to break even and get a freebie, but I'd feel a bit better about that on another capitulation to the downside. I'd feel a little bit better about that. Hang on, some alert just went off. Coin. What's happening with coin? Is coin breaking down? Is coin breaking down? Coin does appear to be breaking down. All right. Coin. All right, let me go back to SPX so you guys can see what's happening here. All right. Just adding some swing plays on here. Just managing what I currently have. Just doing a little bit of management. Calm, cool, collected. No reason to freak out. Or is there? Where are we? Where's my Discord? If you're in the Discord, I did update my swing play. Here we go. All right, if you're in there, Piper has not fired yet. Obviously, it's not 10 in the morning, so we're waiting on that. All right, how are we looking? It looks like it's playing out exactly how I predicted it. I'm up about 700 on this on each account. I am trading 25 different accounts. Let's go. All right, at this point, I'm taking all risk off the table. All risk is now off the table. My stop is now break even, and this is my most extreme profit target. I'm not necessarily going for that. If that hits, I would love it, but that's just literally a 100-point gain. I just have it auto set to a 100-point gain. So like I said, if it hits, that's awesome. But what I care more about, why I'm happy about this exact trade, is because my stop is already break even. Like, cool. That's all I care about, is I'm not losing money on this trade. So that's what I'm watching, and this is the most profit I could go for today. So if it hits that, I'm stoked. Like, actually, I could ride it more. How do I want to do this? You know what? All right. So these 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5 take profits, that's the most profit I could possibly go for. But I might manage the apex counts a little bit differently and just try to do another trend following day. So if you hear order filled, order filled, order filled, that's because these 5 accounts right here, take profit, take profit, take profit, take profit, are all going to get locked in. Or, oh, shit. I believe they're going to get locked in. I wanted to move these. Like, let's see. Let me double check if I did these orders right. Okay, I did do the orders right. So I'm going to try to go for a little bit more money on the Apex accounts, and the take profit will stop perfectly at a 2K gain, perfectly at 21,602. So I'm managing them a little bit differently today, which may be smart, maybe it's not smart. I don't know. No one ever accused me of being a smart man. Look at that. Look at that. Who called this out? Actually, I did right here. 95.7% chance we take out Friday's low today. Godspeed. We should put in the apostrophe. Any of the naysayers in here want to say something? Any of the people who were in here this morning want to say something? Anyone? I saw you guys in here before the market opened. I saw you guys in the comments. Does anyone want to say anything at all? Does anyone want to say anything? I saw you guys in here. Dude, this is the memory of a fucking elephant. I saw you guys in here. It's up in pre-market. We're bouncing, buying calls. Anyone? How much money did I just make, folks, in here today? I gave you the odds, the play out. I showed you my own trade. Look how much this is up. Dude. Crazy that people still somehow think that this is just like guts, just ripping it from the gut. You guys are more than welcome. You guys are more than welcome. Ooh, I'm getting a VIX alert. Yo, VIX is up to 19. All right, order filled. You guys heard it. This locked in 1,990, 90, 900. So basically 10K already locked in, a little bit less than 10K, 2. So I'm still trading these accounts. And what I'm going to do is classic trend following. So, all right, what I'm going to try to execute here is actually really shitty math. Okay, I actually don't think I can get more than this because of the consistency rules. If the whole, like, you can't go more than that confuses you, it's just weird stuff related to how prop trading works. Like, there are consistency rules. So I don't think I could go more than that, because if I did my math right, that should be a 3K gain on all of these. And then obviously I have a trailing stop as well. But what I want to do is I really aggressively, where my cursor is now at 21,602, that's where the initial profit target was. I kind of want to move my stop down to this level, because then I know it would have been my initial goal anyway. So I need a little bit of a puke past this, a little bit of a puke. The SPY and the Qs did take out their low. VIX is popping, and I really need to pay attention to Coinbase right now. Palantir can come down. Coin, the VIX is at 19. The VIX is picking up. Tesla's already given back all of that bounce. We're already right back at that pre-market low. Here's a look at the NASDAQ popping a little bit. Here's a look at the Mag 7 just vomited. S&P 500 potential divergent bounce here. The delta's a bit higher, even though price went lower, which means I need to be careful with managing this position. So what I want to do is on this puke of 85, I want to move my stop down to basically this recent high. Come on. All right. All right, so I'm taking on a little bit of a risk because my initial target was 602, and now my stop is about 10 points higher than that. So instead of making 2K, it's 1,800. That's the risk, but the reward might be an extra $1,000. So I'm either going to let this hit or this hit, but I guess if there's a bottom before, like I said, I would love for my stop to get right into where my initial target was, because then it didn't cost me anything anyway. So I'm kind of monitoring this. I believe this could keep going, but I just can't go more than that because, like I said, some of these consistency rules, which if I do well on this today, I can request another $40,000 out, 2K from each account. I have 20 accounts, 20 times 2,000, that's 40,000. So as long as I don't blow these accounts up today, I can make another, or I could at least request out a 40K. I believe I'll get approved. I don't know why I wouldn't be approved, but we're going to see. Come on. Let's just hit this. Let's hit it. Let's have back-to-back 60K days. Come on. We had a $67,000 day on Friday. Let's see if we could have another one today. Come on. Come on. Come on. Dude, options flow is bad. All right, let's see how. Remember, sign up for public. Best place to trade options. How are we looking today? All over the map. Doesn't know what it wants to do. Up 147, 111, 75, 25. We're all over the map today with this stuff. Come on. Puke. Puke, 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 puke. Let's do it. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. Let's go. This is what Velvet Kohrs is all about. Show me these tendies. Show me the money. Show me the money. Come on. Bring it home. Bring 60,000, dude. I got to buy Piper a new Meow Mix. This girl's got to eat. Piper eats a lot. Come on. Come on. No, no, no. Come back down. Just 52. Just 52. Just we're there. We're within 10 points. Come on. What's the options flow? Flow popped a little bit. I'm not liking the sign of the flow. How much do I want to give back here? You know what we're going to do? Exactly what I talked about. So my initial target was 602, so I'm moving it to 601. So no matter what, I'm now better off from holding it. It's just how much better off. So no matter what, even with that initial profit target where I would have got out, my stop is now better than that. So this is going my way. It's just a question of how much my way. Come on. Come on. Turn it around. Turn it around. Hit it. No, 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 no. It bounced right at 55. Come on. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Hit. Bada bing, bada boom. 3,000 times 20, 60,000 plus another 10, $70,000 locked in. But what's beautiful about it is I explained it all to you beforehand. I'm a fucking oracle, folks. A goddamn oracle. Perfectly predicted before the market, I showed you, I had no positions. I wasn't randomly swinging it, hoping to get lucky. I gave you the math. I gave you the setup. I gave you the levels. I put my money where my mouth is. Boom. $70,000 locked in. Now I just want to make sure all the orders are actually off the chart. Orders, cancel all orders. All right, all orders canceled. I've just been having some weird data connection issues, so let's disconnect. And then reconnect just to make sure that I'm I want to just make sure I'm out of everything because I'm done. I'm not going to push my luck anymore past this. Come on. Come on. Reconnect. Reconnect. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't think that this is right. 166, 125, 90, and 45%. Dude, we're making some money. Money's being made. money. Oh, look at that. That's ugly. That is ugly. Folks, I'm telling you, if you want to learn like what I do and how I like interpret the market with actual math and stats and figures, join the Discord. You get an entire free month. If you want to know more of like the true mathematical reason for how I pulled off what I pulled off, you can do so for free. The first month is 100% free. Just make sure to put in this promo code Goonie. As soon as that's in, your first month's free. If you like it, great. Stick around and take advantage of everything. And if it's not for you, okay, no worries. But as soon as you join, it'll look like this. You're going to be in locals here. To get actually into the Discord, there's a giant Discord button right there, or you could look at the second pin message. So it's all handled via locals, macroeconomic.locals.com. That's what this is. And remember, when you're signing up, use that promo code Goonie, Goonie. You need to apply that for the free month. And when you do so, come to this Goonie Discord or the second pin message and you'll find the link. But in there, there's breakdown videos. I'm in there. There's other traders in there, all working together to figure out how to pull off things like this and make an absolute killing. An absolute killing. Speaking of which, look at that. We're coming right up. Wonder why we're bouncing there? Because it's a key options level. You shouldn't be surprised. Now, if this doesn't hold, actually the options market's probably changed. So let me see. I should be updating these things because we've had quite a few trades already today. So let me give you the next level just in case things have altered. Remember, just because you see key levels at one point in time, that doesn't mean it's going to hold as a key level. We broke that. 5975. 5975. Okay, clearly 5975 is becoming important. So we're moving this one up. This is the next level right here. 5975 is the next level. Remember, the game of active trading is bull and bear cases. If this breaks, what's the next target? If it's recovered, what's the next target? Have a bull case, have a bear case for whatever scenario, for whatever time frame, and then play it accordingly. Remember, your game is to react, which is why you always have to be prepared with a bull case and with a bear case, because as price develops, as options develop, as just really the day develops, you want to know what bucket you're in and then how to play it accordingly. So obviously, we're clearly in the bearish bucket. So as you break down, next target. As you break down, next target. As you break down, next target. That's how you do this. Then if you start to recover, okay, bounce. What's the next target? What's the next target? Have your bull case, have your bear case. Don't be married to one position or another. That's how you survive in this game. That is 100% how you survive in this game. Would that 400K a day be steep enough to trigger a rule, or did you have enough buffer to make it? No, I had enough buffer. I mean, I was up almost $1 million. Unfortunately, I gave a lot back because I was stupid and I wasn't doing this type of smart stuff. But dude, this is getting a not. Oh, fuck. Piper just fired. Piper, Peter Piper, pickled peckers. Peter Piper. All right, if you're in there, Piper just fired. Where are we at on these levels? 75 is the next target. Where would the target be after that? Just in case things get really bad. Tesla. I just got an alert on Tesla. Yo, Tesla's getting crushed. Who's playing that? Oh yeah, this guy. Turns out I'm just up a cool $18,000 on it. You know, just another normal fucking day in the degenerate market. I've been in this since the 20th. I'm up 185%, up about 17.8 thousand, gaining an extra 10 today. Just another day of reading the options market. Another freaking day. Which actually, speaking of which, how far could that one go? We got the gap fill. All right. I guess the next target at this point is just structural breakdown at 309. That's a far ways away, Tonto. That is what level? I want to see what level other people are targeting in on Tesla. Okay, vol skew. Okay, equity hub. Tesla put wall at 320. Put wall at 320. Okay, so watching 320 on Tesla for my next level. Hedge wall move down, put wall move down as well. Risk reversal, fixed strike. They're still kind of cheap though. Tesla premium is still cheap, which I find to be fascinating. All right, let's zoom in on this. Can I make this huge? 320. There's a lot of puts at 320 right now on Tesla, and then a huge amount. Even, ooh. Can I zoom out? It seems like cumulative put gamma 167. Quite a few puts at 340, quite a few puts at 320, quite a few puts at 300. Once again, that's all for Tesla. All for old Tesla. We just got a pop in the SPY. Getting a little bit of a pop in the Mag 7. Right here, you could see it coming in. I assume this is puts being monetized. Yep, it is. Right here. People are hitting the cash register. Not many. Enough to get price to come up a little bit, but it's more of the people swinging puts are locking in some of their gains because why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? I mean, this is a huge vomit. Huge vomit. Yeah. This isn't bull. I want to clarify. This is not bulls coming in. Yeah, of course, there's a little bit of call buying, but really what you're seeing, this bounce right here, this is more so because people who are swinging puts are deciding to lock in their gains. Not really on the 0DT. It's more on the longer duration. 0DT puts popped a little, not much. The calls are starting. I think actually this gets faded. I think this gets faded. I do. I think what's going to happen is as soon as you see long duration puts being purchased again instead of being sold, basically when you see this trend right here of the dark blue candles, instead of going up, when that starts to go back down, I think that's when this price is about to get smashed once again. So watch it. Obviously, like I said, recovery of key levels leads to another key level. We bounced a bit early. I called out 75. We bounced at 77. So sue me. I was off by 2 points. But this was another options level. So let's see if this can hold. I'm really drilled in. This is the 15-second chart. Like a lot of the times, it's hard to discern anything from such a small time frame. But granted, we're only 40 minutes into the trading day. You could look at it more like this. So kind of an over-exaggerated 1 minute bounce, but it is not because of bullish aggression. It is because you have the bears locking in their profit. What alert did I just get? Apple's doing something? Apple's breaking out. Apple, I mean, it's been looking strong. There's positive news. It recaptured that earnings high. I played this for a little bit. I dumped those calls just because I wanted to play with the overall market trend instead. But Apple's clearly been bullish, and if it could hold here, I think 253 is very fairly in the question. But just to clarify, I do not at this moment have an Apple position that I'm playing. I think there's just better opportunity trading with other equities that are also trending with the overall market. I'm a trader who the more things that align, the better it is in my opinion. The better it is in my opinion. I'm still seeing the SPY, this longer duration. I'm just waiting for this to turn, and then I think we might have another opportunity. I'm waiting for that to turn, and then we might have another opportunity. Seeing Tesla bounce right off it. Wow, that's a $6 bounce. Like, I should have probably taken some of my profits there. I was just thinking, as soon as I saw that, I know 20 was the downside gap fill, but seeing all those puts at 320 made me think, okay, there's going to be just some delta hedging all the way down to that point. So I was kind of waiting for 320 flat. So maybe that was a little greedy of me. Or maybe this is just like a 5-minute fluke and we end up vomiting anyway, and I just need a bit more patience. Speaking of patience, here, 30 second. Let's let that load again. The Mag 7 started to bounce at 10:08, went flat. And then right here, the SPY also at 10.08, and now we're kind of going flat, waiting to see if this keeps going, like if this is a true bottom, or if this is just a dead cat bounce and we fall over. There's no way to predict that. If you're sitting there saying, okay, how do I know if we're actually like dead cat bounce and we're going to vomit, or if we're actually truly recovering? You don't know. There's no way to know. That's a hindsight bias type of a thing. All you can do is say, okay, here's the trend, a little bit of a bounce, and then wait for it to either take out recent highs and show strength and respect your risk, or wait for it to start to capitulate and put in a lower high, and then it gets just smashed anyway. Wait for it. Watching this 6,000. This almost reminds me of last Thursday when we were battling at 6,100 so much. This is going to be important. Is there going to be enough strength in the market to hold it? I don't really know if we're going to have such a crazy day as we did on Friday. Of course, it's possible. But I think we're going to know beforehand how likely it is to see how aggressive. If you still see strength in the delta flow the way we saw from 10.08 till now, we're not going to keep puking. To have those big sell-off days, the options market just vomits and vomits and vomits and vomits. And right now, we're seeing a bit of strength. I don't know if it's going to last, but that's also why I already took my money and said thanks, because you can't trade every single day as if it's just going to keep puking and puking and puking. Those big move days happen about 7% of the time. So it's not something that you're going to want to be betting on. It happens about once every 2 to 3 trading weeks. It's not something that you're like every single day, I think that's going to happen. So today might be it. But once again, I did my job. I gave you the odds of us testing Friday's low, and we already broke that. In fact, we did that at 9:53, and we did that at 9:51. So if you took what I thought to be the trade of the day, it already hit 20 to 23 minutes in the day. And at this point, it's just back to normal trend following stuff. Following the trend of the market, I'm still seeing a little bit of strength here. Price is starting to get a little lethargic. It's starting to get a little caught up here at 6,000. So I'm going to see if this can actually hold or not. And we're going to find out. We're going to find out today. We're going to find out today. I wonder, do we really think that this might keep going? We're going to find out today. All right. I'm going to be curious if the SPY comes back below 598.17, or if the Qs go back below 522.28, that's to the south side. And then obviously in terms of recovery, if the SPY goes back green above 599.94, or if the Qs go back above 526.08, that's the situation I'm looking for. That's the situation. One bull case, one bear case, and then as we're in between that, just waiting. Just waiting, just waiting, just waiting. Just waiting. And actually, maybe I should prepare some trade orders just in case things move a little bit quicker than I want them to. Just in case. Just in case. Okay. I'm a wee bit ready. I'm a wee bit ready. So big puke for about 38 minutes of the day. And now the golden question is this a dead cat bounce, or are we about to get a V shape and or like Nike swoosh reversal? As of now, the Mag 7 for this Friday is very indecisive. The SPY for today, it was bearish, showing a little bit more bullishness, but the bigger move is in the all expiration. Big vomit, big pop. And now let's just see, are we actually turning, or is this just that dead cat bounce? To really drive this point home, I don't think there's a way you could definitively know. I really don't think there's a way you could definitively know. We just gotta wait for the reactions. These levels worked out so well. Vomit, base, 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 vomit, vomit, almost got it. I was off by about 2 points. Recovery, shot right up to the next level. And now we're kind of in no man's land. If it keeps going, watching 6,012, if this is an overshoot and we take out 6,000, more specifically, if we take out 5,995, I'm looking for another push back down to 87. But I do believe that options flow will kind of lead the way in terms of like, oh, are we turning or not? To remind you, I am not looking for a bullish opportunity. The 5 minute, the 10 minute, the 30 minute, and the 4 hour are all bearish on the S&P 500. The 5 minute, the 10 minute, the 30 minute, the 4 hour are all bearish on the NASDAQ. So just as like a basic litmus test of what side of the trade you should be on, why would I try to be bullish when 5, 10, 30, and 4 hour on two of the major indices are all bearish? Like, you're going to make your life so much easier by just trading with the overall generic trend. I truly, truly believe that. All right, let's go to the 3 minute. Let's go to the 3 minute. Let's clean this up a little bit. All right, things all seemingly bounced, and now the question is, are we going to turn to the south side? Are we turning to the south side? Mag 7 is flat, indecisive, and then the SPY is now just also indecisive, kind of going sideways. We got to be patient here. Gotta be patient. Gotta be patient. Gotta be patient. Gotta be patient. I'm wondering, are we starting to look a little heavy over here? Are we looking a little heavy over here? All right, taking a quick screenshot for the Discord. If I could get this in, this would be nice. Tesla we might be just putting in a lower high right here, 10.15. This is an interesting breakdown to play because you're trading with everything. You have well-respected risk, and if you're right, your reward is much greater than your risk. That's a good setup. Now, obviously, with any setup, you can't be trading as if it's like guaranteed money. Obviously, you can't be doing that. But in terms of like quality setups, I think this is a quality setup. I do. All right, if you're in the Discord, we posted that up. SPY just got a little bit of a pop. All right, interesting pivot level to me is now basically on the SPY, it's Friday's low, and on the Qs, it's this high at. Basically, I'm watching this high at 10.15. I think this is the game. Either we take out the 10.15 high or we take out the intraday low that got clocked around 10.06, 10.05, 10.06, somewhere in there. Here's a look at the Mag 7, flat, indecisive. SPY popped, and now it's seemingly starting to give some back, but then there's a question of how much is it actually going to give back? Started to fade back down, but please understand I'm really drilled in. This is the 5-second chart. So if anything, who knows? It could break either way. We're just kind of waiting to see which way it will break. I can tell you we push above 6,000, then we just got pushed below it. We did take out these lows between 10.12 and 10.13. Now we're pushing. Yeah, this is the battle of 6,000. Who's going to win? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. On Friday, when we broke these key levels, it led to a big capitulation. On Thursday, when we broke those levels, it overshot it and then recovered throughout the day and actually ended on a pretty decently strong note. So literally the last two trading sessions offer perfect counterexamples of how this could be playing out. So just don't let recency bias mess up the trade for you. Literally, our last two trading days have, once again, both situations led us to a key level. On Friday, we puked. On Thursday, we kind of overshot it, and then it recovered throughout the day, which is why you cannot be married to a position. You can't be like, this is gonna be the one that works. Just watch your risk, watch your reward, watch the highs, watch the low, watch the support, watch the resistance. And I would very much argue, watch the options flow. Watch how the big players are positioning themselves. And right now I could tell you these call buyers are starting to sell. The puts are flat, but people are starting to sell their 0 DTE calls. Not much, but just from this 10:08, right when we bought them up till now, they were buying, and now they're changing their tune a little bit, just a little bit, nothing crazy. But really what's going to happen is you just have to wait. I don't think there's anything too special you could do at this exact moment in time to know if we're going to break or hold 6,000. I could tell you that there's an interesting play in either situation, but to know if it's the bulls or the bears, you just don't know. You watch the high, you watch the low, you watch the flow, and then you execute accordingly. That's truly, in my opinion, the best way to do this. And we'll see how it plays out. Tesla's still getting hit. Coin's flat. Palantir hit a fresh low. VIX is taking a breather. VIX got all the way up to 20.25. Since then, it had about 10 minutes of getting pretty damaged, and now we're just going flat. Obviously, the VIX got hit this entire time we popped. So watching this to see if the VIX turns back around. Where else? Tesla getting hit. Palantir fresh low. Microsoft not looking good. NVIDIA a little bit of a bounce. Meta looks like it's about to go again. Apple is actually looking strong. Broadcom a little bit of a bounce. Rum not the best day. Amazon, not the best day. Netflix, not the best day. DJT getting hit by 5%. ASML is actually strong. So ASML and Apple are showing some strength. So if you're in the camp where you're like, no, I need to be bullish, obviously look at the ones that are showing a unique amount of bullishness, i.e. Apple and ASML. And then we have ones that are uniquely weak, such as Palantir. Palantir's down 10% again. Tesla, I'm looking for Tesla to take out this intraday low. And as I pointed out before, we have a lot of options positioning on Tesla at 320 flat. So on the puke of 324.70, which is this intraday low, I would want to see Tesla, how it reacts to 320 flat. Palantir, I'm sure there's a lot of people freaking out right now, so let me look at that. Downside gap fill to 84.25. I'd be watching that level. Microsoft legitimately breaking down. Maybe it stops at 397, but there is support at 385. NVIDIA potentially putting in a lower high. I want to see how it reacts to this EMA cloud. Meta still... Cloud is bullish. I was calling out 675 not that long ago. Obviously, it worked out. I wish I held those puts. Now I'm watching 660. Apple showing strength. ASML consolidating. Broadcom actually lower highs potentially breaking down. Pay attention to that one. That is probably interesting to put on your watch list. Amazon breaking down, taking out these lows, lower highs, lower lows. Next stop on Amazon. It hit one downside gap fill today. The next downside gap fill on Amazon is 208.20. Netflix showing a bit of weakness, but overall still strong. There's a downside gap fill to 916. DJT breaking support. That's not good. Next support coming in at just above 20. Qualcomm was looking really good. Got absolutely smashed on Friday. Google in the bearish territory now, but not moving much today. Ripple, lower highs, appears to be breaking down. Solana also breaking down. Texas Roadhouse actually putting in a nice green day. Bonds picking back up. Oil trying to fight. Gold hitting an all-time high this morning. The yield curve is still uninverted, but it's not looking the best. And then just some other random shit that I've been watching. All right, where are we? We are just dancing around 6,000, folks. You just got to wait. Patience, 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 patience. Wait for the play. Wait for the play. There's one other thing I could check out. Oh, bearish, dude. Holy shit, that's bearish. All right. One of the major indicators I use is looking bearish. How's the flow? SPY's actually picking up a little bit. Mag 7's flat. NASDAQ try to pick up, kind of getting hit right now. Trader. Let's get into my Vanquish account. .spx. Load for today. Let's fire some of these bad mamma jammas off. All right, I'm in at 10:15.1. So I want to get out at 15.6. Let's see if we can make some Vanquish money today. Let's see. How is this not up right now? How am I only break even on this? Did I just buy it at the worst vol level? Like, it looks like we're taking out this shelf of lows. Yeah, 5975. This is the big level right here. If we come back to this, this will be interesting to break or bust. There's a decent chance we bounce off of 75. If we don't bounce off of 75, it's kind of like a lookout below situation. But I do want to clarify, there is from what I'm seeing from the current option structuring, there's a shot of saving ourselves at 60. So this is the big level of the day right now, based on the current setup, 75. How did this not hit? Oh, $1,000 locked in. Bada bing, bada boom. $1,000 a day keeps the doctors away. That's what all the kids say. That's what all the kids say. That's what all the kids say. All right, let's see if we can run it back. 1410 to 1460. All right, that order's in. We already locked in 1K, trying to lock in another here. Ooh, I thought that break was really going to help me. SPY's kind of sideways. Mag 7's drifting down. NASDAQ is drifting down. Tesla bounced, but now kind of drifting down. Come on, let's see. I want to realize P&L already 1,000, but in another position here. In another position. Come on. Come on. There we go. Another 1,000 locked in. 2K. 2K there, Tonto. 2K there, Tonto. Could I do it a third time? You think I could pull this off a third time? How lucky can I be? Matt, I'm holding a 500 put expiring March 3rd. Think it's a good idea to hold past today? I have no idea. I don't know your trading style. I don't know even what you're talking about. I don't know what equity you're talking about. I have no idea your trade thesis. Like, it sounds like you're trying to predict instead of react, which, I mean, I'm screaming it from the mountaintops. If you're attempting to predict as a trader, you're gonna lose money. That is not the right way to approach the market. The right way to approach the market is by reacting to developments. Hang on. I want to see if this gets faded. A little bit of an options pop right there. Tesla still looks pretty bad. Mag 7 looks pretty bad. NASDAQ looks pretty bad. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted. I'm in at 1160, so 1210. 1210. Good. Good. Pop. Save myself about 4 points. Now let's see what happens. Oh, options is turning on me a little bit. Whoa, what do we have going on here? Oh, puts being closed out again. This is not bullish aggression coming in. This pop is from puts being closed. Basically, people, what they're probably doing is the fact that we failed at 6,000 again. This right here at 10:30, this pop was not bulls entering the market. This was bears getting out. This was bears saying, okay, cool, we're happy with our profits. They played this vomit all the way down, not bulls stepping in to try to push it back up. So it is very, very important to know, like, between the two, who's moving the market. This was not bullishness as of right now. Obviously, it could change, but this pop, what we're seeing, I mean, I could prove it to you right there. It's puts being closed. Puts being closed, not bulls stepping in, which is why I believe it'll be faded right back down to 5991. 5991. We'll see. We'll see. Out of all the analysts, Matt was the only one saying it was going to continue crashing, and he was right. Yeah, because I understand basic math. Like, I think a lot of people try to shroud market analysis in like some very like difficult to understand. And like why they do it is to like, it's self-aggrandizing. It's to make themselves feel more important. Folks, all I did was look at all the other situations that we dropped that much on a Friday. And then I looked at how historically things have played out afterwards. And historically, how things have played out afterwards didn't just favor the Bears, it greatly favored the Bears. And then I applied that also knowing the situation that we're in a bearish seasonality phase. So we have bearish seasonality and we're in a setup that clearly favors the Bears. So did I ever guarantee it? No, I understood that there was about a 5% chance that I was wrong on this, but there was a 95% chance that I was right. I don't want anyone in here thinking that the analysis I did or that the analysis that anyone does is anything that special. I truly believe if like you dedicated, did I hit this? Almost. If you dedicate like 1 month of your life of right there, lock it in. No, lock it in. We almost locked it. It flat. Okay, there we go. 3K, bada bing, bada boom. So locked in 3,000 there. Up 17,000 there. So that's 3 plus 7, that's 20, plus another 70. So a 90K day. A 90K day. But anyway, all this, like as I'm saying, this was a good point. The $90,000 I made, this is not some big brain understanding of the market. This is a basic understanding of the market. And like that might seem crazy. You're like, okay, hang on, just a basic understanding made you this kind of a money. Yes, the answer because is most people, 95% of retail traders, when they're trading off of like, I just wanted to go up, I wanted to go down. They're not basing it on any actual math, any actual statistics. Like that's what I'm saying is most people are stuck in this of like, I just want, it looks bearish, it looks bullish, like, but like, it's just like, oh, okay, like, what are the odds? Like, as soon as you can start trading with actual odds, that's the moment that you're going to pivot in your trading career and go from most likely unsuccessful to most likely successful. You have to just trade consistently with real facts, with real figures, with real statistics. Most people are like, oh, it's a fucking bull flag. Oh, like it's just bullshit. They don't know what they're talking about. And when I say they don't know what they're talking about, is like, what do you have to know? The thing you have to know is not complicated. I mean, like I'm giving away the secrets right now. You watch the options flow. All you have to do is track which way the big players are going. All you have to do is track which way the big players are going. All you have to do then is see where the key positioning is. Track the direction of big players. Understand the potential terminus points that you're looking at. 5965. That's a huge amount of sold puts. Once again, 5965. Wouldn't be surprised if we bounce off of it. I had a little bit, I believe my target was a bit of an overshoot. Yeah, 5960. But my point is if you know the real-time direction that big players are trading, and then you delineate that between, okay, are they buying calls, selling calls? Are they buying puts, selling puts? Okay, a little extra. Then you know where they might be heading to because we can see all that options positioning. And then you pair that with just normal price trend, bearish, 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 bearish. That's it. You don't have to make it like some fucking like insanely difficult thing. Most of the traders I've met that are absurdly profitable, it's relatively basic. Now, of course, you can make money doing hyper complicated things like hidden Markov models and high frequency trading and this and that. But for the average retail trader, folks, you saw my trades throughout the day right here. These accounts were flat. I made 70K off of that. Actually, why is this looking so ugly right now? Oh, I mean, I got out all the way back here. I would have even been better off if I held it to this point. You saw that. You saw all these trades. Like I showed it to you. I gave you the reasoning. It wasn't. I get discouraged because I see a lot of other people in the world of like retail trading get discouraged because it's pitched to them as if there's like some secret formula and you have to pay a gazillion dollars to some lucky genius guy who figured it out and he's willing to tell you if you pay for his course. Folks, yes. Do I have a Discord? 100%. I like the Discord because it's a sense of community of people going through the same thing I'm going through. It's easier to talk to them than to my personal friends who don't trade. It's easier to talk to them than my wife who doesn't trade. Yes, there's a sense of community where you can bounce ideas off of each other. Obviously improving the mental framework of the market. But to be completely 100% honest with you, you do not need to pay for anything to be successful in the market. I know this is a crazy thing to say as a person who like has a community, but if you want to be like kind of like that solo wolf, just approaching this yourself and you're like, nope, I'm doing it myself. I don't want anyone else. You don't have to pay for anything. All the information you possibly need to be successful is already free out on the internet. It's more of up to you of, do you want to take the time and do you have the self-driven mindset or personality to go find it for yourself? No, of course, there's people out there who like consolidate all the information and they can make the learning experience easier. And I'd like to think that's what I do on top of having a community of great people who like, I think all of us together are making the entire experience more enjoyable. But I want to be very clear. You don't have to. Like if you're just like, nope, I want to learn how to trade for free and I don't want to pay anything, is that possible? The answer is 100% yes. It more comes back to like, how self-driven are you? So I want to be clear, and I know that's like a crazy thing to say because I'm a person who, I'll be honest, like I would love for you to sign up for the Discord because I think we can make the process easier. And I think the more people in there, we collectively can talk about all of the traps and the pitfalls that we've gotten into, and you help the next person avoid said traps and pitfalls. I think that's logical. But if you're like, you know what, I don't need another fucking trading course, dude, I've been there myself. I've taken the amount of money I spent on those courses, and that at the end of it, you're all like, yeah, that was the best thing ever. And then the more you trade, you're like, oh, I think that was kind of just bullshit. Or you found all the information for free anyway. Like, yeah, it happens. Like, that's just it. Just you and ChatGPT is all you need. Yeah, I'm sure you could pull that off. Like, I guess I don't doubt it. I guess the only retort I have is there is something to be said about communities coming together and like streamlining it, like making the whole process a little bit more efficient, and like even knowing where to look and what to search, because sometimes just the concept of you don't know what you don't know type of a thing. But I would pay for your bots. I mean, the only bot I have running right now is Piper, the premium selling strategy, and that's in the Discord. But what you saw on futures here, this was just me manually trading 3K, 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 2K, 2K, 2K. This was me manually trading. But the only bot that I currently have like out in production, out in the world, that is in the Discord, and that's the Piper premium selling strategy. Which, speaking of that, we actually have a couple more that are not that far away from also about to go into production for everyone in the Discord. But that's a side point. I've been enjoying Grok undermine Elon's argument in real time. I saw a little bit about that. It is funny. It is uniquely funny. All right. Maybe we're bouncing. Maybe we're not. Potential high or low. I have no idea. Where are we here? Wow. It's almost as if this was an important level. 5987.5 marked out. Where did we bounce? 5987.7. This is not Harry Potter Sorcerer's Stone level magic. Why did we bounce there? Because it's an important options level. When you come up to important options levels, you're looking for traders to react. Now, of course, they could react and be bullish, lock in some bearish gains. They could be bullish and buy it up, or you might break down and puke to the next level. That's why you mark the levels out, and that's why you're never married to being bullish or bearish at a level. You're married to the concept of watching how the market participants react to these key levels. But this idea of support and resistance, and people love to over fucking complicate it with like, what is it? What's some of the dumbest shit that I'm hearing lately? Like inverse fair value gaps and fucking like, what was it? Like Jude, I don't know. I hear the dumbest things from the ICT community. You know what it is? It's support and resistance. It's a thing that almost every single trader's already known about, and it's just like dolled up in some hyper overcomplicated verbiage and bullshit to make you feel like, oh, when you're not successful, it's because you just didn't understand the next complicated thing. Folks, there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new that is being created at this moment in time in terms of market framework. It's just maybe it's explained in a new style that you understand it better. But I guarantee you, there is no one on God's green earth coming up with a brand new framework to view the market. It's already been done. Do you know how many AI systems have already been running privately in Wall Street, data mining every single fucking pattern you could possibly think of? The fact that people are still being bamboozled into thinking some like fucking half-wit on Twitter is like, oh, I came up with the new algorithm that's going to make money. It's all support. It's all resistance. And more important than support, more important than resistance is risk management. Honestly, they've showed this. There's been studies done where they go to professional traders and the professional traders have no say over their entries, as in they're just given a position. You're already in the position, and yet they were still net profitable because of proper management. How fucking insane is that? They, once again, just to like understand the gravity of what I'm saying, they've done studies with professional successful traders and said, hey, we want to see like how good you are, and more importantly, is it specific on your entries? They gave them positions that were already entered. They did not get to decide what they got in, when they got in, or how much. And yet, with proper risk management, they all still made it profitable, which tells you maybe, just maybe, we're focusing on the wrong thing. The high horse that I've been on recently has a lot to do with, I just think, trading is taught inappropriately to retail traders. First of all, you should never be predicting. Everyone acts as if they have some sort of specialty model telling you where the market's about to go. You don't know where it's going to go. In most situations, it's a Gaussian distribution. It's normally distributed. For those of you who didn't give a shit about statistics, it just means it's random. As in, yeah, there's certain situations where if you have like a 2 standard deviation move, it's no longer like normally distributed. I'll like, for those math nerds in here, yes, you are correct to say that. But in most circumstances, the next bar going up or down, it's about a 50-50 shot, especially when you're in midday bullshit like this. So with that being said, like there should be a huge emphasis on reacting, not predicting. And the biggest emphasis should be on risk management. You could know nothing about getting in or getting out. Your trading strategy literally might be, I randomly get in and I randomly get out, a random time generator. And you're like, that's when I buy and that's when I sell, at like, I guess the extreme, like of like, you have to get out, but you could still be profitable if you know how to manage your risk accordingly. How insane is that? And like, you just don't hear people talk about that. You hear people talk about inverse fair value gaps or fucking, that's a funny joke, vibrations. And like everyone's trying to pitch it like they have a secret sauce. And you don't have to have a secret sauce. If you do the basics properly, you will be profitable. Like I feel, and myself, like I am not saying any of this from the vantage point of like, oh, like I figured it all out and this is better and like, blah, blah. No. I'm saying this as a person who's lost hundreds of thousands of dollars from bad trades. This is a person who's been put through the blender so many fucking times that I'm just coming back to you with the horror stories of like getting my teeth fucking kicked in. That's all it is. I went out into the wilderness, got absolutely ravaged by random packs of wolves in the trading market, and I'm coming back saying, hey, I did XYZ and I got my face fucking kicked in. I'm only reporting on the bullshit where I've lost real legitimate money. That's all this is. And like the biggest thing I could come back with is just don't overcomplicate it. If you are absurdly like steadfast in your discipline of managing your risk, you're already going to be ahead of 90% of people. And then the other 5% you're really going to need to see your profits take off is just start trading with actual reasoning. What is the current trend? What is the options flow? What's the important positioning? And what are the stats, facts, and figures of the current situation? What is seasonality? How many other situations have we been in this big of a sell-off? What are the odds of it continuing down? Stack the odds in your favor and manage your risk. And that is that is the equation for being a profitable trader. As disciplined as you possibly can, stack the deck in your favor and manage your risk. And time again, like over the long run, you're going to be net profitable. That's how you do it. You don't you don't need to do dumb shit of like vibrations and fucking do this swing and this trading session and that trading session and like basically join a borderline fucking internet cult. It's retarded. And I don't mean retarded as in, oh, like a pejorative that we called people on the recess playground because we didn't like them. I mean retarded as in like the true medical definition, as in like mentally slow, like mentally processing at a lower level, like incapable of having an even like normal brain power. Like I mean like the real medical definition of retarded, like just mentally deficient. That's what's going on. Matt, oh yeah, Lemon Curd, you're right. You also have to have a lucky shirt. That's the final like 1% to bring you to a 100% perfect trader is you have to have a lucky shirt. That is fair. All this market uncertainty means the bottom isn't in. Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe I don't know. Interesting setup here on Tesla for those of you who maybe want Tesla but miss out on the play. It's coming right up to this trend line. You can watch for this. We actually have a little bit of a consolidation pennant now. A little bit of a consolidation pennant. SPX, we're dancing around a support level. It saved itself right there. If we bounce hard, look for 6,000. If we break down, watch 5,975. If we break below that, watch the low 5,960s. Could be bouncing at 65. Somewhere in this 5-point region is what I'd be looking at. Bullish or bearish. Folks, before I forget, remember today's, where is the link? No, I need to get off my own account. Okay, here. Check out Public. You see I'm trading with them. I absolutely love trading with them. Happen to be up another $18,000 with them today. Public is the best place to trade options in my humble opinion. Free to download, free to sign up, no commission fees, no per contract fees. Best of all, you get a rebate. No other brokerage gives you a rebate every single time you buy a call and then sell a call. You get 2 rebates. Same thing with puts. If you're trading butterflies or iron condors, think about you get 4 when you're creating the position, another 4 when you're closing the position. That's how, like, the rebates just stack up so ungodly quickly. It is the coolest thing. I'm telling you, if you're an option trader or an aspiring option trader, this is where you want to be. And if you want to start at a higher rebate tier, use the link that's pinned to the top of chat and in the description of the video. And it is cruising today. Actually, is there a way I could show you how many rebates I've already gotten from them just from trading options? Account history, rewards. Rewards. My current rebate is 18 cents per contract. How do I see view rewards history? History, premium member. How do I see account balances, account information, options? Here, let me put this up while I'm fumbling through this. Rewards, help center, settings and privacy, transfer profile. How do I see my I want to see my total rewards. I know it's somewhere in here because I've seen it before. I'm just having a tough time. I'm having a tough time finding it. Profile. Where in the world is it? Where? I don't know. It's somewhere in here. I thought I was getting close to about $10,000 in rebate rewards from just trading my options on there. Options, index options, bonds, crypto. Is it in this? Nope. Is it in the profile? Profile history. You would think that it's in rewards. Have a promo code. Earn free stock. I don't know. I'll have to find it. I'll find it and report back. I easily found it one time. Is it in my settings? I'm sure you guys are yelling at me in chat right now about where it is. My apologies. I'm just trying to not show all my information. Premium membership. History. IRAs. Funding method. Options? Is it in options? Oh, here we go. I found it. It was in options. So far, I have made an extra 5.7K. I've made 1,290 trades, and that might be in and out. You could see my rebates from the SPY alone is $3,955. I made about $1,000 from trading Qs. That, like, every single time you get in and get out, you're getting more and more rebates, and slowly but surely it adds up. So no matter where I am in my trading, I'm at least $5,700 better off being on public. I think you guys need to appreciate how incredible that is. So if you're an options trader, especially if you're an active options trader, you're, by just definition, you're better off here. And this is how much I personally made at this moment in time. You could tell I trade the SPY quite a bit here. Quite a bit. We're breaking down, Tonto. Count should be going back up. We're breaking down, Tonto. Tonto. Ta-tonto. Interesting, though, is the SPY has been climbing up. Why is it climbing up? Some calls were being purchased, but more puts are being closed out. Let's see if that trend changes. Mag 7 looks pretty heavy down, and then the Nasdaq's just been flat. So Mag 7 is the worst looking. Nasdaq has been flat since about 1010, while the SPY is kind of interesting. Clear bounce at 1008, picked up, got hit, but price is not really agreeing, and I think it's more so because it's puts being closed out. It's not really calls being purchased. So price is not drifting because there's just no bullishness behind it. So all I could tell you is we're at this key level. If it doesn't hold, I'm watching 5975, which is currently just below the intraday low. And if we see options get rocked here, if we see the delta really take another hit, I would say, yeah, we're heading down. That's my random conjecture on the situation. All right. Hang on. Are people still talking shit? Not really. Not as much shit talking as I'd like there to be. I'm always a bigger fan of more shit talking. The SPY and the Qs appear to be heading to their intraday low, which, how has this changed the daily structure? This might be an interesting conversation. Why is this alert? Add alert. All right. Why is that not working? Add alert. Create. Okay. I set up an alert for the SPY and the Q intraday low just in case we miss it. But what I really want to talk about with all y'all right now. All right, we clearly snapped this trend line. Let's get rid of this for now. We took out this low. We're right at the low from Tuesday, February the 4th, which is also, I mean, it's kind of an important level. It's not the one that jumps out to me the most. I would say what jumps out to me more is 595, like just in terms of where we've seen reaction. I mean, you had some support, you had some resistance. That's where we closed. That's where we opened. We had a little bit of a gap. Yeah, 595 if you're watching the SPY is just another key level. That's about a 20-point sell-off in SPX, which, surprise, surprise, brings us down to that 5960 level I was telling you about. So I think that's very, very, very much in the cards today. The Qs, I would say the next major support is coming up at 518 and some change, about $2.50 where we are, below where we are now. Bitcoin is not looking healthy. Lower highs, we're testing these lows. If it snaps, we might be talking about 89,000. Coinbase is not looking good. Snap this low, lower highs, lower lows. There might be support at 220, but there's also downside gap fill to 197. Tesla, we already talked about that. We know that there was a downside gap fill to whatever the fuck this was, 324.68 below that. The next technical level is 309, but there is a lot of option support at 320. Palantir, lower highs, lower lows, downside gap fill to 84.25. Microsoft getting a little bit of a bounce, but overall not looking the best. Nvidia, lower highs, breaking this cloud. I'd be watching the support at 129 because if that doesn't hold, we're talking 125. And if that doesn't hold, we're talking 113. Meta is actually, damn, I really wish I held these puts. I got puts at like 710. These would be up. Oh, that was fucking stupid of me. Anyway, maybe support coming up at 660. If that doesn't hold, you're talking about 633. Apple is one of the few strong stocks today. Same with ASML. Broadcom is not looking healthy. Just got its downside gap fill. just tagged it. If this keeps going, you might be talking 195. Rum's getting beat up today. Everything, like Amazon's getting beat up, downside gap fill to 208. Netflix, it's getting beat up. It looks better than the others. DJT's getting beat up. Qualcomm's getting beat up. Google's attempting to hold. Texas Roadhouse is in the green. Bonds are trying to push up. Oil's slightly green. Gold hit a new all-time high, not doing much now. Messy day. Messy day. And we appear to be going, folks. Are we actually going? Do I want to play this one more time? I locked in 3K there. I locked in 3K. What's the flow look like? Nasdaq flat, not doing anything. Mag's catching a little bit of a pop here, but overall not looking that strong. Do I want to play this? Do I want to play this? It puked, but it's almost like a fake out puke. A turn of the hour. Look at that. Quick pop right back up. Man, I thought that one was going to be it. I really did. I thought as we started to look pretty bad there, I was like, okay, we're coming into 5975. Instead, it was a quick 5-point pop all the way back up. Damn. And not so much agreed with options. I'll take a shot at it. Are they catching a bid? I'm torn. I'm torn on this one. Am I playing it too much? I mean, am I playing it too much? I just like that I could get in at a better price instead of chasing it at 1056. This is a better price. Well, I definitely don't like that strike. Oh, I feel like I'm going to have to be quick. Look at that pop. What is going on? What do we have going on right now? Calls are being bought. Right here, you finally had some call buying. 0 DTE call buying is what just caused this to pop 10 points. I'll take a stab at it. Fuck it. Did I just get the worst fill ever? All right. Limit. Come on. Oh. It was so slow to get me a fill, like you saw it pending, that it actually jumped up to 2.2. So now I'm up 4.2 on the day. You know what? I waited for that. I played it down. I got lucky with a little bit of a data lag to get a better fill, an extra $200 fill than I thought. I think that's it for me. 4.2K locked in there. This account's up 19,000 right now. And then you guys saw the 60 plus 10, 60, so 70 there. So 70,000 on futures, about 19,000 on 18.6 there. And then on Vanquish, another 4. Folks, put a fork in me because your boy's done. Your boy's done on the day. It's getting into the midday session. This is where I start to lose my edge. So while things are looking phenomenally good, yes, could they theoretically get better? I think they could, but I don't want to take the risk of messing it all up. So for me, I'm happy with my positions. I'm happy with how things are playing out. I'm happy with what I'm seeing, and I just don't need to overstay my welcome. So obviously, shout out to Public. Don't forget to sign up for Public. I showed you that I've made over $5,000 myself in a rebate. So if you want to start at the highest tier of rebates, use the link pinned to the top of chat and in the description of the video. And if you want to join up with the Goonie Trading Discord, your first month is 100% free. Just use that code Goonie when you're becoming a supporter on Locals. And remember, it's on Locals that you see that giant Goonie button, and then also the second pin message is the link to get into the Discord. Obviously, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, reach out to me personally, media@MatthewKohrs.com, and I will personally assist you. Once again, media@MatthewKohrs.com, or you could DM me on Discord, MMK147. That's what I have for you. Stick to your trading plan, respect your risk, and just really keep it rocking with the basics. That's where all the money is to be found. That's what I have for you. I appreciate all the good vibes. I hope to see you in the Discord. Love you all. Peace.